What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Oleksandr Usyk and Anthony Joshua. Get this, Oleksandr Usyk not worried if Anthony Joshua is more aggressive in the upcoming rematch. Wow. Usyk says he fully expects Anthony Joshua to fight differently in the rematch, being more aggressive to try and win back his lost IBF, WBA, and WBO heavyweight titles next April. Usyk, 19-0 with 13 KOs, says he'll be ready for whatever style and approach the 32-year-old Joshua, which is now 24-2-22, brings to the table for their second fight. Joshua is working with a new coach from the United States, Anthony "Chill" Wilson, who has him focusing on throwing to the body. With Joshua's 8-year professional career on the line for the rematch, he's expected to pull out the steps to use any means necessary to get the win. Joshua is desperate at this point, and you can argue that his promoter, Eddie Hearn, is feeling that same separation, knowing that AJ's dynasty could end if his fighter loses. So instead of the nice Joshua that boxing fans saw last September in his first fight against Usyk, we're likely going to see a fight won in the rematch with AJ throwing the marquees of Queensberry rules out the window. The body punching is expected to be emphasized by Joshua in the rematch with Usyk, and possibly roughhousing tactics. It's believed that Joshua will lean on Usyk, shove him around, hit him with low blows, rabbit punch him to gain an edge. In other words, Joshua will use the slash and burn approach to winning the fight, just as we saw in Tyson Fury's last two contests with Deontay Wilder. So, if I get these 4 belts, it will be a very loud statement for me, said Oleksandr Usyk. Okay, he said, I'm not worried if Joshua is ready to fight. Oleksandr Usyk is ready for whatever kind of fight. Usyk said when told that Joshua is forgetting about the sweet science and will likely be focused on getting knockouts from this punch forward, he says, of course he's going to chance everything. Everything will be new, Usyk said of Joshua. Okay. Wow. And then he said that he is known to be a slugger, but he has not been in there with a master boxer like myself. Wow. Okay. Those are the words of Oleksandr Usyk. Let me counterpunch. This isn't more of a diss. This is more of a confirmation. You know, this is more of something that Oleksandr's telling people, like, look, I'm not worried about what the hell he thinks he's going to do. I'm pretty sure he'll do whatever he tries to do to take me out, but that's going to be all new because he's never had to go for the gusto, because he's never really been outboxed before. Andy Ruiz didn't outbox him. Okay, nobody really outboxed Joshua. So this fight is going to be different. That's why I had him losing if he tried to box. You can't outbox somebody that's that far ahead of you, okay, in skill set. And you can tell he was far ahead of you because the punches Joshua was hit with, he didn't know why he got hit with them punches. Okay, but that's only what the person with the type of ring IQ does to you and shows you and takes you to school like Usyk did Joshua. You know, and him saying, I'm not concerned because I can fight like that too. I want to remind you guys of the type of fight Oleksandr Usyk had with Derek Chisora. That wasn't a clean fight. That wasn't a by the book fight. That was a nasty, dirty, murdy style fight. It was real murky, right? Derek Chisora, supposedly had his pads removed and all that. Some Glovegate type shit, if you guys can remember. That was a little small uproar. It wasn't like the classic Glovegate with Deontay Wilder, but it was mentioned. It was definitely mentioned. And it was mentioned to target British fighters. because Tyson Fury's a British fighter. They blamed Anthony Joshua and mentioned that because of the grooves in his gloves. Those type of things happen. So when people see Anthony Joshua, they see him roughhousing, wrestling, throwing people around, ripping nasty shots as we've seen to the body, which are very, very impressive. You think Oleksandr Usyk won't be ready for that. Better yet, Oleksandr Usyk is saying that I will be ready for whatever he comes to the table with. Whatever he brings, I'll be ready. That's why I'm not concerned. So again, it's not a diss. It's not a talk of arrogance. It was just him thinking about what somebody asked him, like, I will be ready for whoever. And that also tells you something else. It tells you that Oleksandr Usyk, regardless of who he would have been in the ring with, he's going to be prepared. That shows confidence because he knows he's going to do the same shit he did before. Study this guy, focus on this guy, get that time away from the family, because that time away from the family is a distraction killer, okay? That's why he wants to be by himself like that. Oleksandr Usyk is no fool. If you guys remember, he did a lot of, he had a few injuries. How do you think he got them injuries? How do you think guys like Dmitry Pirog, right? How do you think he got those type of injuries? Extensively training, conditioning yourself. And a lot of times when you are conditioning yourself, those type of things happen because you're in the process of making something harder or better or more conditioned, meaning those type things. You're conditioning yourself, and then while doing that, you're at this stage, and maybe you're trying to do too much too fast, and that's when injuries occur. But they normally happen when you are in training for conditioning to withstand something. So unless Oleksandr Usyk gets hurt and he gets his ass in the ring, he will be ready for whatever. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Oleksandr Usyk saying that he is not worried about Anthony Joshua, regardless of what he does in the ring in the rematch. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.